welcome to our weekly mastermind. And I am super excited because we have some special guests that are going to be sharing and demoing one of my favorite resources for real estate agents. For those of you that have been coming to these sessions, or you come check out the Wake Up Real Estate Show in the mornings, I have been shouting from the rooftops for quite a while that I truly believe listings to leads is one of the best values that exists for us as agents. Let's face it, there are no lack of companies and people trying to get into our pockets or our wallets. This is one that I would say, in my opinion and experience, significantly over delivers, considering the small amount that they charge. So, Scott, pretend you didn't hear that and don't change the pricing. But that is the truth. From all of what is offered with the platform, it's an incredible value. And so what we'd like to do today, Vince and Scott are here today. Vince is going to demo the platform, the listings to leads platform, and maybe point out some of what other agents find to be the most valuable and useful. We also, for those of you that do watch the show, Scott's coming tomorrow morning. We're going to do a little punchier version of this and specifically focus on how to get listing appointments while on a free trial with listings to leads, which, by the way, you can get at growwithjosh.com/L, the number 2L. And Mike, if you can put that in the chat, that would be great. One more housekeeping item. If you're listening to this on one of our audio only platforms, you might want to go and find the video version of this as well, because there will be some things visually that you may want to experience, which you can do at our YouTube channel at Wake Up Real Estate, or just go to wakeup.realestate and you'll find that in the recent. The plan is this: we're going to demo for 20 or 30 minutes, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A or brainstorming, or maybe some of you on here are using listings to leads and you're going to share some of your best practices and what's working for all of you. So without further ado, Vince, do you prefer Vince or Vincent? I'm sorry.
Either way, Vince is fine.
Okay, I thought Scott had referred to you as Vince, so that's where I was going with that. Yeah. Right on.
Good. Well, good morning, and thanks everybody for having us. You may know us. I know some of you are using us as a platform, and others have probably never heard of us. But we have been around for 13 years, and we have been growing and adding value and creating tools to help agents like you advertise, get more buyers and more sellers, and also just have, tools to get out there on social media and keep you kind of relevant there. So let's just kind of look inside the system and talk really quickly at a high level of what we have. And really, we have a listing section here. So we're going to sweep your listings automatically. If you don't have listings, we have a way for you to borrow listings. And then you're going to have a bunch of tools that we auto-generate to get, to market and to capture leads. We have, I'm going to skip the ad section here because I'm going to get over to the PDF guides. We're going to drill down on some of these things, but I just want you to know at a high level right away, we have 80 PDF guides that are branded to you on every page. And 40 of these are for home buyers and 40 of these are for home sellers. So if you don't have any listings, you've still got a lot of ways to market and get content that's related to real estate in front of people. And we'll come back here and look at this and check this out. We also have landing pages. So again, if you don't have listings, you might want landing pages for what is your home worth for new construction. You might want them for empty nesters. But whatever it is, you can go in here and create unlimited landing pages for your account. And then I'll show you a little bit later that there are multiple ways to get these in front of your target audiences. And then We also have this really cool area here that it's fairly new for us, but it's social content. And this is kind of a set and forget area where we have over 50 different topics related to real estate. You first connect your social media accounts, and then you tell us what topics you want, and you tell us a schedule, and we just start auto posting to all your socials for you. The nice thing about these is that we've written them in-house. They are kind of conversational in style. They're not super deep, heavy reads on the industry. And they just keep your social media accounts current, so you don't have to really go back there all the time. So we have a lot of other great tools, but I think this is, since we have a limited time, we're going to concentrate on these. But probably the most exciting thing that I think gets a lot of agents to really pay attention to what's going on here is our ad platform, our ad software. So we actually have Facebook software embedded and built into this system. We also have Google's ad software embedded into the system. And so all the tools that I've kind of mentioned, all the things I've been talking about, your listings, borrowed listings, PDF guides, or landing pages, you can run ads on both Facebook and on Google in just a couple clicks. So now that we're here, let's just kind of look real quickly. And I'm just going to show you very simply. I'm going to create a listing ad on a property that is for sale. Okay. And I'm going to click create an ad. And I can publish here. I'm going to have a $35 ad. I'm going to probably end up with 10 or 11 leads. This is really an awesome way. And this is really where I want to start off with. If you're sitting on properties now that need to get sold and you need buyers, or you just need to talk to buyers, this is the fastest, cheapest way and most efficient way for you to get name, email, and phone number of people who are interested in property. And everything that you need to do to have a successful ad, we've already checked the boxes in the background. So really, you just need to choose your property. We're already filling in the city where it's going to be relevant. If you want to expand that neighborhood or the reach, you can do that. If you're in one of the southern states and you want to target another city because you know that people are trying to get out of the cold, you can do that. You have to know how to spell, obviously. But you could put in, New York, New Jersey, and you could have this going out in front of people. We do a $35 ad for 7 days. This is how easy it is to have a successful ad on Facebook. Okay. And so there's kind of two
anyone
things.
can choose. You can choose the budget. That's not a fix.
Correct.
That's the default, right? The default is 7 days, $35, but you can choose.
Yeah.
It can be more than 7 days, less than 7 days. It can be,
if it's gonna, just so you know, Facebook has a requirement of $5 a day. So if it was going to be 1 day, it would have to be $5. But I would say this, if you've got a super awesome property that is sort of like, the multi-million-dollar properties out there, you might want to expand your radius and your budget to let everybody know that you're managing and selling those kinds of properties. So you might change that to $50 or $100 or something like that. But our default setting for buyer ads is $35 for 7 days. And on average in the US right now, a buyer lead costs $3 each. Now, depending on where you are in the country, it might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower. But if you have $35 and it's $3 each, you could probably expect around 11 leads. The awesome thing, and I think the thing I want to really point out as we talk about Facebook, is we're using what's called lead forms. And what that means is if somebody sees this ad on social media and they click on it, a little window pops up and it says, would you like this information? And there's really only one answer, yes. But their name, email, and phone number is already pre-populated from their profile. So they're not typing anything in. They're just clicking either yes or they're closing and going away. I'm positive, the number one way of getting leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. We also ask what's your time frame, things like that. But those things are pre-populated, and that's why our clients are finding out, you know what, it's great. I can text them, I can call them, and I can really start working on them. I didn't mention it earlier, but on your profile, you can connect your CRMs, and all these leads are going to automatically drop into that. So it's just, this is first what I want to kind of talk about is if you need buyers, even if it's not your property, okay, you can borrow a property and do this and get in touch with buyers. But if it is your property, this is absolutely what you got to do. The other
And
side,
also, and
yes,
also, generally speaking, 40, 50, 60, 70%, depending on the property that you're offering, etc., also are potential sellers or may at least own a home already, right? So
yeah,
even if your target is buyers, make sure you ask questions. Do you have a home you need to sell first?
sure. By the way, and Josh may know this, almost all of our tools, all of our marketing tools are designed to, even when you're marketing a property that's for sale, to offer home values throughout that process. So there's actually, I'm jumping over to the listings page because what we just talked about right now was the most efficient way of getting buyer leads. But really, probably the bigger issue in the industry is inventory is so tight. So let's talk about the number one way of how to get listings with our platform. And that is really not actually Facebook ads, and it's not even Google. It is our nearby homeowner letter. And our nearby homeowner letter we generate for every property. One thing you should know is you can market homes as they're just listed or coming soon or under contract or pending or sold. And you should, especially if you want more business, right? We're not just trying to sell your home. We're trying to make sure you get more listings. So let's look at this right here. This is a just listed property. You can see here that you can run your Facebook ad here. We do free social media posts. We have an e-flyer you can blast out on your CRM. Of course, we're making single property websites and virtual tours, and we have an awesome open house marketing toolkit. So there's just a whole lot right on this page to get your listing marketed, right? But I want to make sure you understand how to get more listings and what's working for our clients right now in today's market, right? In this hard inventory market, what's going on? The nearby homeowner letter is our top tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. I mentioned earlier that I got 40 PDF guides over there, and you can use those and you can market those in all kinds of ways. And you can run an ad on a property that's sold on Facebook, and you can get listing leads that way as well. But do you want to collect leads or do you want to write listing contracts? Because if you want to write listing contracts, you need to figure out how you're going to get this into the market. It is a simple piece of paper, right? This is not artificial intelligence or nothing like that. It just says, hey, we just listed a home. Go check it out at that website right there. And that's going to affect your home value, okay? And that is really the gist of it. So how are our clients getting this into the market, and why is it so effective? Now, just a little bit about us, you don't even know this. We've been around for 13 years, and we've had this tool for most of that time. And so our clients have been using this and working it by hand, getting it out into their market. And we just keep getting, feedback after feedback, year after year. And so I'm going to show you what we just got this fall, right? And actually, I just got a response just a couple of days ago to explain why and how that is effective. This lady here, Pat Motley, by the way, this is our mastermind group up here. It's a private group. If you're a client, ask our support team to get you in there. It's where Scott and I share the new developments that are coming. It's also where our clients share their questions and also what's working for them. And Pat here has been a client of ours for, I think, over 10 years. And what she came in, and this is dated, I don't know if you can see it, September 18th. And she says, hey, I just sold a property. It's time to send out my second mailer of the nearby homeowner letter. And I already sent out 100 pieces of this letter. And I sent it out to 100 neighbors that live near that home that I listed. And in her messenger, she's saying, I got 4 leads, right? I got 4 people calling me and texting me, asking me for home values. This is what she is using, right? That letter there is related to the nearby homeowner letter, what we give you by default, right? But she did take an extra step, and she kind of put in, here's what's been selling in the area. But Pat did something that I have never seen any of our clients do, and she prints on the back, right? She makes it look like an envelope. She's even got this fancy thing so it looks like she put a stamp there. And instead of putting it in an envelope, she folds it. You can see what she's doing. She's handwriting the envelopes, right? And why in the world would an agent do that? Well, obviously, to get 4 responses from mailing out 100 letters is pretty good. Well, I asked her just a few days ago, hey, how did you do on that second email, on that second, deal? And she said, yeah, I've got 4 more contacts. 3 people called me directly, right? So you want to kind of ask yourself, what are you doing to get people to call you about selling your home right now, right?
Hey, Vince, can I ask real quickly, how many did she send out again?
100 just listed and 100 just sold.
So for 200 mailings, essentially, and part of the key there is sending twice to the same homes. But yeah, show me who's getting 7 people reaching back out to them off a mailing, right? Yeah. That is incredible. So yeah, that's awesome.
She responded last week about that, right? So because I asked her, I was like, I knew she was sending it out, and we could read it here. So in September, she said, hey, I'm mailing this out. I already got 4 listing leads from the first 100, and now here's the second. I'm mailing out the second 100, and this is what it's looking like. So she's really kind enough to share that with us. Well, our clients, as I said, we've been doing this for 13 years. We know our clients don't all want to be taking a lot of time to do things. They really like things to happen in 1, 2, and 3 clicks. And so Scott and I developed a partnership with a great company called Express Copy. You can see it right here. If you have an account with them, you can connect it. And then when you click this button that says print and mail, Express Copy is doing what Pat is doing in basically 2 clicks, right? And so when we get here, we just click get the mailing list. And I want a 1 or 2 mile radius. And I want to send out 100 pieces. And everybody's got to be a homeowner with more than 6 years equity. What Pat is not mentioning in the message there, and many of our other clients when they're in our mastermind group, is that they are buying a list from companies like Remine and RedX and other companies, and then they're mailing this message, this letter to that targeted list. Well, Express Copy is doing that for us automatically. It's doing it for you automatically. You just choose the property you want to talk about and set your radius, 100 pieces, 200 pieces, submit order. They download it. They stuff up the envelopes. Now, they're not handwriting envelopes, right? They're not doing all that. It is a more, efficient way of doing it. Will you have better results by doing it by hand and, and kind of handwriting the addresses? Probably, right? She's mailed 200 pieces out and has 8 people reaching out to her. And so that's, I just want to make sure if you want listings, that's one of the top ways. If you want buyer leads, running an ad on a property on Facebook, just like I am right here, is going to be, the most efficient way. If the property's for sale, you just click on Facebook and Instagram ads and click create ad. Now, if there's something about the home that you don't see, and I'm not sure what's going on here, if there's something here that you don't see on the ad, and by the way, the first step is you connect your social media account. So it's not going to be sponsored by us. It's going to be sponsored by your business page. But you can click in this box and you can say, hey, I don't know, new granite kitchen, right? Or whatever. And that way, that's what people are going to see. And I was trying to show you earlier that you can target other areas. And I definitely want to show that to you, especially if you're in the southern states. A lot of people move for taxes or for weather or, things like that. So that's how you can take this and reach out to other areas. So let's talk about a few other things since we're here on the listings page that I think are pretty useful. One is social media posts. So what I just showed you there is an ad, right? And an ad you're paying for. But we also have social media sharing, auto posting. So when your listing comes into the system, we will post it to your social media accounts. And we actually send you an email. We also have some icons right here to show you what's going on. And you can see we tell you when we posted things like that. But you can click through here. And this is what's really awesome. I've seen agents share a lot of cool stuff on social media. Most of it's colorful. And most of it doesn't capture leads, right? Almost all of it. But it's cool for your branding, and that's great. But here, this is our auto post. We've got emojis to slow people's eyes down. We have hashtags, we have photos. And if somebody clicks on this because they're interested in it, we're going to drive them to the single property website that we automatically created for you. Okay. And that's really kind of the most important thing is, do you want to share things on social media, or do you want to share things that capture leads on social media? And that's what this is doing automatically for you. Okay. Now, Josh was mentioning earlier that we know, a lot of people looking at homes own a home. And we know that, that. But what are you doing to take advantage of that? Well, what we do is we offer a free home value right here in the middle of the page, because we know a lot of people own homes, right? So one of the stories and a lot of the feedback that we get from our clients is that if they market a home with our system, they will get one or two more listings. Well, this is part of that. Also, the nearby homeowner letter, which we just talked about, is a big part of that, right? But if you keep scrolling down, you're going to see, hey, here are some PDF guides that might be important to these folks. So we're going to have those there. Our marketing plan, which is what you're presenting to help people get a home sold, is automatically embedded here. So they're going to start understanding what you're bringing to the table to sell a home, as well as if you have reviews and you want to showcase them, we put them right here so people know why they need to work with you, right? Of course, we're going to have, the things that you would always expect. You could even have a testimonial video of like one of your clients saying, hey, you're awesome. And then the big footer, what's your home worth? So this is just part of what listings to leads is about. I think our view is, Scott was a realtor before, and he kind of knows what you're all doing, right? What you're and you're obviously working all day, you're communicating all day. And frankly, I think it's been our philosophy that if you are taking any action whatsoever, it should be able to capture leads. A lot of you invest in videography, professional, video tools. Does it capture leads? No. If you embed it in our platform, will it capture leads? Yes. So that's really what you have to think of listings to leads is whether you have leads or whether you have listings or whether you don't, we've got tools that are going to help you out. I do want to point out, let's just jump over here to the open house side. Everything we're doing is mobile optimized. We have tools, I'm showing you the open house system here. When you save an open house in our platform, we're going to email you a stack of tools. This is just the online sign-in form, right? If somebody fills this out, what's going to happen? You're going to get a lead. They're going to get a mobile optimized single property website. And that email that they're getting can also reactivate them as a lead. So it's really important that you are thinking, if you want to talk to more people who either want to buy or sell a house, we have a lot of ways to make that happen. I'm also going to point this out. You may not know this, but print has been around longer than the internet. And agents often spend money on print and they have no ROI. Right? It's just, I have to do this because, I've been told I have to do this. But in our system, whether it's a door hanger or a postcard, you're going to see a URL right up front. Go check it out online. Take this in your house. Go look on your own computer and go find out about it. We're going to be doing everything we can to capture a lead there. If you flip that over, we're always going to say that is going to affect your home value. So with this same postcard, go find out what your what your home is worth. Now, you notice there's a little print and mail there. If you want, you can use Express Copy again, and I highly recommend it to say, hey, mail this to the homeowners in my area, right? I don't want to do this. Just get it out. Make sure these people have equity, and I'm going to send out, you decide how many. So if you're trying to, build out some farm markets, you want to have tools that you're targeting those people, and you can do that with this platform here. I'm going to jump over to the landing page section because, we've only got a couple minutes here, but I do want to make sure that when it comes to building out your farms, you need landing pages for marketing to get into those areas, right? And one of the the basic ones you want is Property Valuation Plus, which is an instant home value. We have landing pages built for iBuyers, for FSBOs, expireds, empty nesters, right? All kinds. And you should basically have these for all of your core farm markets. And once you've created it, of course, you can run an ad on it, right? And also you can, use print, or you can blast it out on your email, right? But I want to click in here where it says edit and tools and just show you where some of those things are. You can customize all these. You can change all the words in them. You can put a different photograph in the background. You can even snap a video in here if you want. But when you click on advanced options, you're going to see the marketing tools, print marketing, e-flyer, auto posting, all kinds of things like that. And that's the point, is you're trying to develop farm markets. You need tools to get into that, right? And landing pages are a great part of it. The PDF guides, which we were talking about earlier, I mentioned there are 80, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers. Now, when you sign up, you're going to connect you're going to put your logo and you're going to put your colors. All that's going to flow through here. So every page of every one of these documents, and they're all 5 or 6 pages long, are going to be branded to you. Okay. And you can say, hey, well, how do I get these out? Click market. You're going to see you can run a Facebook and Instagram ad, a Google ad, social media post. You can do one by one here, or you can click over here on the social content, and we'll put all these on your social media accounts automatically. You got an e-flyer for your database. So if you got a lot of leads in your CRM, copy and blast that out. Print flyers, door hangers, you kind of get it, right? Every one of these solutions here are going to capture leads. So even if you don't have listings, you've got a lot of tools. You have 80 different documents to get out into the market. And I'm going to go back to the listings page because I do want to tell you a couple more things, and then we're going to open it up for questions. You may not have listings, but you might have a friend or colleague or somebody in your office that is going to allow you to borrow a listing. And in that case, come to the listings page, click on add listing, click grab listing, drop in the zip code and the MLS ID and grab it. We're going to pull that in, and we're going to auto generate all those tools that I was showing you earlier. Okay. A couple of other things. There's a listing presentation tab here. You want to get a hold of this listing, the property marketing plan. This is everything that we're doing to help you sell a home and market a home.
Hey, Vince, real quickly, I'll be going over this in detail for Josh's group tomorrow. Go ahead and give a quick overview, just so people can kind of see what it looks like. But tomorrow, I'll be going through this in great detail on how to use it to generate listings quick.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to, we're running out of time here, but I do want to say this. It's impossible to compete against everything that Listings to Leads is doing when it comes to marketing your home. If an agent had to go do everything that we're doing by hand, it would take a lot of time. This document is not telling people that half of the stuff we're doing automatically for you, but it is saying this is everything I'm bringing to the table to get you more buyers. So get into your account, get in there and download that, print that, and have it in front of you. Now, I've been running pretty fast because I've had over 1 cup of coffee already today, and you're going to forget half of what I said here. So I want to make sure that you understand this. We have a website called leadgenwebinars.com, and Scott and I do training every week live. And you'll see here on Monday, I'm doing top tools for more listings. We talked about the top tool today, the Nearby Homeowner Letter. But there are other tools to help you get more listings. If you wanted more listings in your business next year, I highly recommend jumping on that call. We also do Facebook and Google ads. Scott's doing a call, I think this week, right, on open houses. And then I do Get Started. So if you're new to us, you definitely want to watch Get Started, because what I didn't talk about is how do you set this whole thing up? What do I do first? All this and that, right? That's what that call is about. And if your schedule doesn't work with ours, we record everything and we put it on this channel, right? On our YouTube channel. And so when you have time, maybe at the end of the day, watch our Get Started class. I did it 1 day ago. There's a call for, Facebook and Google ads. Top tools for more listings is over here. Don't panic when you see 386 videos here. You just need to see the top ones because the top ones are most current. And I literally, and I'm going to just tell you this and we'll open up Q&A. I tell people to watch 10 of these, right? Because you're going to see it repeated. And while I sound like a robot right here, I actually am not a robot. And I don't always say the same thing. And new things are happening all the time. We get feedback. We can see things are changing. And I talk about those things in the class. So if you watch a few versions of each of these calls, you're going to know how to unlock the value of listings to leads. And if you can do that, I'm positive your business is going to grow as a result. So that's my story, guys. I'm going to have a sip of coffee.
All right. So a couple of things that I want to emphasize and circle back on. Number one, you can get a free trial. I put it in the chat again, growwithjosh.com, the letter L, the number 2, the letter L. So growwithjosh.com/L, the number 2L. We have some resources that we've put together as well for folks. If you use that affiliate link, that we'd be happy to send you. For example, since late summer, we have been using a strategy of borrowed listings, specifically builders in my market with permission, promoting those with a listings to leads landing page, a property page, promoting those for free on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. And since that time, in say 4 or 5 months now, have generated hundreds of leads, but not just leads. I already had closed a transaction that was a 5-figure commission, 5-figure in GCI that I generated with, paying a little bit for listings to leads and with free traffic, and have several more in the pipeline. And actually, I'm not kidding. I got a phone call while we were on here from a guy that saw one of my marketplace ads that had the listings to lead lander. He called, and the only reason I know it's him, he called me earlier and is calling me back because I had sent him some curated listings based upon our conversation. All of that is to say, there are so many ways for you to generate leads, and more importantly, get more clients and close more commissions with listings to leads. I think the most important thing would for you would be start a trial, dig in, go to Vince's intro, pick out what to you appears to be the lowest hanging fruit. Like, what of the things that were mentioned, pick 1, 2, or 3 strategies that resonated and start there. And then you can always add on more ideas and use more of the benefits and features that you'll find in there. The automated social sharing. You can even you can link up your Google business listing. That's something we talk about a lot. You can link up multiple accounts. So I have listings to leads auto posts on multiple Facebook pages for, because I've had I'm just kind of have accumulated some over the years that for one reason or another, every once in a while Facebook says, sorry, you can't run ads on this one anymore. So then I gotta go and do something else, but I can still post on them and maybe generate some opportunities there. So let's open it up for Q&A, and please, you can open your line or you can use the chat. And while we're waiting for the first person, I'll do another thing that wasn't even hit on. They've got scripts for videos. You can you can go right in there, grab the scripts, maybe tweak it to your voice a little bit, and pop it into your teleprompter app of choice and record the script. I don't know if that was Scott or Vince who's playing around there. The Google reviews. It looked like you had the short form video script. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with you, but you're right.
I'm sorry.
If you have a PDF guide, and you heard me mention we have 80, we have a script for that. We have scripts here for your property when it's just listed, a slightly different when it's open house, and of course it's different when it's sold. You can download it here, you can read it a few times, and then boom, push it up to your socials. I'm sure but with TikTok, everybody's got to follow video. So Instagram's in video, YouTube has short form videos, Facebook. Be part of that. Get your brand out, build your brand, get your story out, talk about what value you're bringing, talk about the properties that you're bringing to the market.
Here's an idea. Pick one buyer and one seller guide every week, record a short form video, post one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. I mean, that you do that, you've got 40 weeks of great, unique content, right? The PDF guides may not be 100% unique, though they brand to you, but your video is 100% unique. That is unique content in every way, shape, or form. And I created a little short form video this morning. I posted it on multiple Facebook pages, on Instagram, on YouTube, on my Google business listing, on Twitter, on TikTok. And I think even LinkedIn, I did that one. It's literally the possibilities of what you can do with all of the tools and resources are endless. And one other plug I'll give, I'll give Scott and Vince. When I signed up, there were not 40 of each of these guides. And also some of the other functionality wasn't there. And my point in saying that is they're always trying to improve the platform and what is being offered. This is not something, though they are 13 years in the business, it's not something where they rest on their laurels and just say, well, it's good enough. They continue to improve the platform and evolve as social media platforms evolve, as digital marketing in general evolve. And so, I certainly appreciate that as well. Questions, feedback, brainstorm, maybe you've got a success story with listings to leads, any and all of the above. Let's open it up for those who are interested.
While we're waiting for if there are questions, I want to just beat this horse a little bit harder, sure. Which is the nearby homeowner letter. Okay. Yeah. Because, for a lot of you, listings are tight, and I'm going to give you a story, and maybe this will, create some food for thought. Chris Winstead here came in our mastermind group in the first summer of COVID, which was a tough market, right? In this story, he moves from out of state to Texas with his wife and kids to San Antonio, Texas, buys a home. He's already a realtor, but he doesn't have any business there. And he comes in the group. Scott and I didn't know who he was. And he's like, hey, I got 5 listings in 3 months from one tool of yours. It's the nearby homeowner letter. I told you how Pat is using it, right? And this is just one of those examples. I was telling you, hey, but I want to kind of keep drilling on it, because I think for any realtor to be in the business for any long period of time, you really have to have a listing game. You have to have a machine that's going to create listings for you. And I want to give you another example of why this works. He was buying a list from Remind. He sent that letter out to all those people on his list. They had 5 years equity, and he would send it out every 2 weeks. And he says, once they opted in on the home value, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door, right? Now, the letters left at the door actually are PDF guides. He was printing them up. He's not getting 50 leads, right? He's getting a handful of leads when he goes through this action. The great thing about that is that Chris becomes a top listing agent, flips around, starts his own office 2 years later. And the very first thing he does is creates a YouTube channel for his own recruiting, saying, hey, here's how I customize listings to leads to get more business. This is just a great story from us. Chris has been a client, obviously, since then. And I think that it really speaks a lot to what, the ability for you to take this and run your business and grow your business as well. So let's see. I did.
Isabel asked, where do you access the short form video content? So Isabel, it's scripts. So it's not an actual short form piece of content. It's a script that you can use. Yeah. Here's how I would use it if I were you. And as I'm saying that, I'll probably make one of these like this week, and I'll share with those that are interested.
When
I would take that script. So you go to the guides, and you can see Vince here under the market button, you have short form video script. So I'll take that script, I'll make it my own. In other words, put it in my own words. Okay. Because the way I talk is different than the way James, the way Scott, the way Vince communicate. So I'll put it in my own words a little bit. And what I'm thinking is I'll grab the image of the guide. That'll be my green screen, and it'll be a talking head video with that script offering the guide and making it as easy as possible for them to get it. So, for example, 6 things to check before buying a home. I would use that little image there, and my call to action, because on a lot of these short form content platforms, you can't hyperlink, right? But what I would do is I would say comment below 6 or send me a message and I'll send you a copy of the guide. Now, here's what I know about that. People that comment below or send me a message, they're not like the Facebook lead, the Facebook buyer leads, where, you know, if you're good and you follow up and follow through, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. You're likely going to get 1 out of 4 or 5 of those to become a client, as long as you don't mess that up. Because if they're commenting below, or if they're sending you a private message, there's motivation there. And then when you deliver, when you actually give them the thing that you promise, and you follow up and you ask if they have any questions, and you offer to connect them with one of our financing specialists to see what special incentives are available for them, or what down payment assistance programs they may qualify for, you're going to get drastically increased sort of quote unquote conversion rates when it comes to that. So I would use CapCut. I'd use the green screen function. I'd use the teleprompter right in there, and I would make the call to action one that they can easily do while they're watching their video on their phone, because that's where they're going to be watching it. They're going to be watching it on their phone. Like 98% of the people are going to watch it on their phone. We do everything on our phone now. We're like, and I'm just as guilty as anybody,
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. And now that I've said it, I've got to actually do it. So I'm committing to do that very thing this week. I will pick that guide. I will do that very thing. And then I will share at some point this week, on or before Saturday, I will share that with those that are interested. We'll post it on the Wake Up Real Estate channel, wakeup.realestate, and try and make it easy for anyone to R&D that who might be interested.
Hey, can I jump in with 3 things?
Yeah, Scott, I thought it looked like you were chomping at the bit there. So go ahead.
All right. So one is great idea about the green screen and taking the image, but also consider doing these scripts. Like if you're at a listing, maybe you're doing an inspection, or Josh, you talked about builder properties, doing these scripts, the buyer scripts, the seller scripts, pretty much all of them would work at a listing as well, or maybe in front of a listing, or, on the back patio or something like that, where you're kind of in the field, just to make it a little bit more dynamic. So, I think interspersing green screen videos and out in the field videos would be perfect. 2 is you got to do this 4 to 5 times a week minimum, if not daily, for at least like a month or so to start getting good traction. If your channel is really low and you don't really have much going on as far as engagement right now. Does that make sense? You can't do 2 or 3. You can't do 2 or 3 even for a couple of weeks and get any traction or get your groove on, your energy with it. So you got to commit. I was just talking to a top agent last night, and he goes, every agent quits before they get traction, right? Because nobody wants to commit to doing it for like a couple of months. Really, you got to be doing it daily to really build up all of that. And lastly, Vince, click on dashboard, because on the dashboard are some awesome scripts. And these are meant to help you get into the local community, share things that maybe people aren't thinking about that are not real estate related, but impact your community. So if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see right there, short form video scripts. And Vince, click on the one that says go forward one on the arrow. Yeah. And click on the bakery pastry day, the top left. So a lot of them are going to be about holidays and different things related to the holidays. We're kind of in that season. Typically, we're trying to leverage short form videos. Random holidays like this right here is pastry day on December 9th. And what I want you to do is find a local bakery in your area, take this script, and do this video at a bakery where you're incorporating, maybe they've got great cupcakes, maybe they've got great cookies or cakes or pies, whatever it is. But you're going to leverage the fact that December 9th is pastry day, right? Tag, do it at a local bakery, tag the bakery, leverage their audience, right? Share your audience with the bakery as well. And really become like the mayor of your local area with these scripts. See how that can help grow the business?
I love all of these ideas, and I was getting a little smile. I am a little bit of a ham, I'll be honest. So I'm envisioning myself like having one and, taking mine is this, and I take a big bite out of it or whatever, have fun with it, right? Have fun with it.
Yep.
I love the idea of naturally tying, when you're out in the field, a question or an activity that you're doing back to a guide. It seems and is natural, right? And so I love that idea, and just being aware anytime you're out, where there might be an opportunity to create content like that. You don't have to wait for it to be December 9th pastry day. If you're out and about and you're getting some coffee at the local coffee shop, you can make your own. Yeah, what's your favorite local spot? I'm out here in front of, so-and-so. I got, whatever, you can say whatever kind you got, and just create engagement around that. And one simple thing, and this is such a damning admission or an embarrassment on my part. I had not been doing this. I forget who reminded me of this lately, but I do create a lot of videos, and I had not been. So I create a lot of reels short form videos, upload them as a reel on Facebook and Instagram. What I hadn't been doing is then sharing that to my story. And that is a simple little thing that will drastically increase the number of people that actually see the content that you generate. It's such a simple thing. And so I've added that to my mix. So any of you who have been on here, when we've done a deep dive on short form video and syndicating those and how to get the most amount of eyeballs, I'm going to have to update that, because it's a simple additional thing that takes another 3 seconds to do that will drastically improve or increase the number of people that see those videos. And along those lines, and this isn't necessarily specifics to listings to leads, but it ties into what we're talking about here. If you're putting that content on your personal profile, Facebook will let you boost that. It will help you show that to, and you can boost it to your Facebook friends who live in the area. And that's an example where you don't have to spend $5 per day. They will let you spend as little as $1 a day and ensure that more of those people see the content. Now, if you're going to do that, I would encourage you to do more of the pastry style of video, right? That's fun and engaging and isn't directly like you asking for business, right? On your personal profile, that is. But it's a great way to get more exposure. I did this last week. I just realized that you could do this. I have a blog post around the best Christmas lights displays in Central PA, and I wanted people on my, local people to see it. And for very little money, I've gotten a ton of reach on that and a ton of clicks and so forth. And I lost the other thing I was going to share. It'll probably come back to me. Oh, this was the other thing. I heard this frame around video content from one of my my man crushes, Alex Hormozy. If you're discouraged because you create a video and only 17 people watch it, think about it this way. how hard would you have to work and how much effort would you have to do and create to get 17 people in a room to listen to you? Right? And you can do it for free with very little time, right? So just having a different mindset around, what that means. Don't let the fact that, only 10 or 20 or even 100 or 1,000 people, if any number greater than 1 watch your content, I consider that a win.
That's not that's not a bad way to look at it, actually. And if anybody here does not know Alex Hormozi's origin story, definitely look that up on YouTube, and you'll see about work and what it takes to, it's always a lot more work than you think. And so his origin story is actually pretty amazing.
And one of the reasons why that came back to me, because Scott was talking about, or maybe it was Vince or both of them, playing the long game, right? This is not, if you do this for 3 days and punt on it, when we're talking about whether it's creating short form video content or posting on social, etc. Like if you play in the short game, you may or may not, you might get lucky and you might get an opportunity. But if you play the long game, you stack the deck in your favor. And I've heard on several times Hormozi mention the fact that when he started on YouTube, he told his first YouTube editor, I plan on doing this for 10 years. So like, we don't have to get it perfect right out of the gate, because at some point we'll figure it out here, because I'm playing the long game here. And so if you can have that kind of attitude around implementing these sort of things, I think it will help ensure your success. Maybe not in the short term, but you'll win over the long haul for sure. Other questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, etc. And we're headed up at the top of the hour. So Scott is going to join me tomorrow morning, and Ryan, tomorrow morning on the Wake Up Real Estate Show. And the topic, well, Scott, why don't you tease what it's going to be a little shorter session around one central idea that, I think all of you might want to try or implement you could implement as early as tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, so people have been using listings to leads for years to win listing presentations. And so in the last couple of weeks, we have, Vince, if you want to click on listings and listing presentation, maybe, in the last couple of weeks, we've gone live with a dedicated section here that not only puts together all of the marketing that we offer for a property. There's 100+ marketing activities related to a listing. And so we put that into a 26-page property marketing plan that's branded to you. It's got all of your colors. We've even got a pre-listing packet here. But we got all those tools that you see down on the left-hand side there in that column to get that out in front of people. So we're going to talk tomorrow about Facebook retargeting, so that every single lead, every contact you've got in your database is going to see this, the ad in your social media postings. We'll talk about e-flyers. We'll talk about database scripts. We're going to talk about short form video scripts. So we've got a lot of great opportunity of getting this 100-point marketing plan in front of homeowners, in front of your seller leads in your area, to start getting more listing opportunities, both quickly, but also in the medium and long term as well.
Look at that. You got the short form video scripts, the database scripts, the flyer, and the branded guide. This branded guide is wonderful. I actually talked about it, I think, on the show briefly a few weeks ago, but Scott's going to do a deeper dive on this. And the different ways that you can use it immediately to create some listing opportunities, listing appointments, and you can use it. You can get signed up for a free trial. Who knows? Maybe you get a listing before your trial's even up, right? You got to take action, but the tools are all there for you, right? The tools are certainly all there for you. Well, I have a hard out at the top of the hour, but Vince and Scott, thank you so much for spending the time here with our audience. Thank you so much for the questions and feedback, Isabel and others. If you have additional questions or want to strategize, etc., wherever you may be watching this, you should be able to comment below, or you can reach out to Mike at growwithjosh.com. I would strongly encourage you to check out all of the great content that is available for free with their on their YouTube channel as well. Different ways that you can implement and use the different tools. And you should definitely come check out the session that we'll have tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, Winifred, 11 a.m. Eastern. And if you can't be there live, you can check it out immediately after the live session. They're always available on demand. And if you're watching both of these after the fact, we'll tie them together for easy consumption for those that are interested. So Vince and Scott, once again, thank you so much. Scott, I'm excited for tomorrow. Appreciate you all for being here. And if you haven't already, go check it out. growwithjosh.com/L, the number 2L. growwithjosh.com /L, the number 2L. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.